Hello team, in this video we're going to go through the basics of 5-out offense with pass and cut. So we'll quickly go through that here. We call this a 5-out offense because we have 5 guys outside of the 3-point line, kind of the 5 spots. We got a player in each corner, a player in each wing, free throw line extended, so straight out from the free throw line, and then we have the guy who brought up the ball. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys outside of the 3-point line. So when we say 5 out, that's what we mean. We mean the 5 guys outside the 3-point line, starting in these 5 spots. The gist of a 5-out offense with a pass and cut is really that once you pass the ball, you must cut. So if one dribbles up, you can pass either way. They pass to either 2 or 5. Let's say that he passes to 2. One must cut to the basket looking for the ball, right? So that way if they're open, if they beat their defender, they get that ball right back and they go up for a layup. That is why we want 5 guys out. So we're leaving that lane wide open for the cutter to get the ball back to get a layup. We always want the cutter to cut all the way to the hoop. This allows for the next part of the offense and the rotation to come. So 1 has cut to the hoop after he passed the ball to 2. There is now an empty spot at the top of the key here. And so if there's an empty spot between you and the ball, you must fill that. So this is the fill part of the offense. So 5 would then rotate up and fill to the empty spot. 3 would fill the empty spot that's closer to the ball, and 1 would fill out to the opposite corner of the way they passed the ball. They had passed the ball to the right, so they're going to cut through and fill out to the left. Here, right, so then we're back to 5 guys outside of the 3-point line, so it's the same thing. If 2 passes the ball, they pass to 5. They're going to cut looking for the ball, and they're going to cut all the way to the basket. And since there is no empty spot between 3 and 5, 3 and 1 don't do anything. But number 4 says, hey, there's an empty spot. I'm going to go fill that empty spot. And since number 2 had passed to the left, they're going to fill back out to the right corner to get us back to our 5 out. And this just continues on. So let's just pretend 5 passes to 3. 5 is going to cut to the basket. 4 is going to fill. 2 is going to fill. And 5 is going to go to the opposite corner of the direction they passed it. Let's look at a quick example of if we pass to the corner. So if we pass to the corner, 3 is going to pass to 1. He's going to cut looking for the ball. 4 is going to fill. 2 is going to fill. 5 is going to fill. Everyone just rotates over 1 spot. 3 goes to the opposite corner. So all that is the same. We're still back to our 5 out, to our starting spots. But the ball's in the corner here. So now, what do we do if we're 1? Right? There's really only 1 pass we can make here. So we would pass to 4. If we can't make that pass, we'd dribble up and reset. We obviously wouldn't force that pass. We don't want to turn over the ball. But 1's going to pass to 4. When they cut all the way to the basket. The trick here is after they cut all the way to the basket, they can't go to the opposite corner, right? There's no empty spots over here. So they would go straight back out to the spot they came from after they cut all the way to the basket and fill that spot. And then we're just back into it. So 4 can pass. 4 cuts to the basket. 1 fills. 4 fills to the opposite direction that they passed. And that is kind of the basics of 5-out pass, cut, and fill offense, which is kind of the core concept of most things that we will be running on offense this year.